Welcome back to AG Chelsea TV. In today's video content, we will talk about Lampard, about Kante's future and about Kane's deal, and now it's time to start. Kante has been one of the top midfielders in the Premier League since arriving at Leicester from French side Kane in 2015. A relative unknown at the beginning of that season, the tireless midfielder was a key cog in the Foxes' surprise title charge, and he became a Premier League winner before moving on to Chelsea. With the Blues, Kante has become a two-time Premier League winner, and he has also lifted the Champions League, Europa League, and Club World Cup trophies. This season has been a challenging one for the 32-year-old. He suffered a hamstring injury in September, which required surgery the following month. Kante made his return to action at the beginning of April, and has since started 3 of Chelsea's last 4 matches, including both legs of their Champions League quarter-final tie against Real Madrid. However, his time at Stamford Bridge could end this summer. Kante is out of contract this summer, although the Daily Mail reported last month that he was in the final stages of talks to sign a 2-year extension at the club. However, Spanish outlet Todo Fiches claimed that the midfielder has given his okay to a proposal from Premier League rivals Arsenal. They say that Gunners boss Mikel Arteta has asked the club's hierarchy to land Kante, due to his unique profile in midfield in comparison to other players in the Arsenal squad. It is alleged that the club have proposed a 2-year contract to Kante, with the option of an additional year. If the Frenchman does join the Gunners, he would reunite with former teammate Jorginho, who moved to the Emirates Stadium from Chelsea in January. Jurgen Klopp believes Chelsea's owners gave Graham Potter a nearly impossible job at Stamford Bridge. Potter, who replaced Thomas Tuchel in September, was sacked by Chelsea's earlier this month, while the club have lost all 5 games since Frank Lampard was brought in as interim manager. Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital have heavily invested in revamping Chelsea's squad since the summer, spending nearly £600 million on new signings. But Klopp insists Chelsea's lack of strategy with their transfers has made it difficult for any manager to build team spirit at Stamford Bridge, and is adamant that Liverpool will not make the same mistake. "I feel a little bit for Chelsea, to be honest, because it's not going well," Klopp told Sky Sports. "I think they're a top team, but on the other side, it's good to see that you cannot just bring top players together and think it works out. You have to build a team, and that's what the guys there obviously underestimated and gave their coaches a nearly impossible job to do." There is currently widespread speculation surrounding the England captain's future, as his current deal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is due to expire next June. Kane is thought to be seriously considering an exit due to Tottenham's ongoing trophy drought, while the club are also now outsiders to claim a top 4 spot in this season's Premier League table. Man United will sign a new centre-forward this summer, with the 20-time English champions believed to have identified Kane as their number 1 target. A recent report has claimed that Chelsea are also in the running, with the Blues set to appoint former Spurs head coach Mauricio Pochettino as their new manager. However, according to the Daily Mail, Levy will not allow the team's star player to join a domestic rival this summer, despite fears that he could leave on a free transfer next year. Lukaku returned to Inter last summer on a 1-year loan from Chelsea, and it is unanimously understood in the Italian media that the Belgian wants to make his stay permanent. However, Inter CEO Giuseppe Marotta confirmed on Sunday that Lukaku will initially return to Chelsea at the end of the season. Lukaku is in love with this club and this city, so these are important elements to consider, but the player does not belong to us, Marotta said. He is on loan. He will return to Chelsea on June 30th, and we will all evaluate the situation together. It is important to note that he is a great professional, he has a great sense of belonging, and these are key elements that go alongside the technical and sporting considerations. One thing for Inter to consider is whether they want Lukaku back next season. The 29-year-old has endured a largely disappointing season for Inter. He has scored only 5 goals in Serie A and 9 in all competitions. Lukaku also missed much of the first half of the campaign through injury, and his physical decline has been apparent. When Frank Lampard was appointed interim manager at Chelsea, the club's fans hoped for slightly better results compared to the ones they achieved with Graham Potter at the helm. However, since Lampard's appointment, things seem to have taken a turn for the worse at CFC. Under Lampard, Chelsea have lost 5 consecutive matches. Wolves, Real Madrid, Brighton, and Brentford are the teams that have secured victories over the Blues under Lampard's regime. These consecutive defeats and poor performances have led to a lot of criticism from fans. Many believe that Lampard must be axed from the club. However, as per reports, the Blues manager will lead the team until the end of this season. While Lampard's stay at the club is not being enjoyed by many, former Chelsea icon Frank Leboeuf believes Lampard must resign himself. During an interview, the former CFC player urged Lampard to take an exit from the team. He said, "We've said it all, you know. There is nothing I can say." Maybe to Frank Lampard, get out quickly. There is nothing you can do. They need a win. 1 win, 3 points to make sure they are not going to be relegated. Again, we're talking about Chelsea. That's appalling. But in fact, when you watch all of the games, they just deserve to be there. Malo Gusto, currently on loan from Chelsea at French side Lyon, has opened up about the mental and physical challenges he faced during his time in the treatment room this spring. Malo missed a total of 11 matches for Lyon between the months of February and April and spent weeks at our Surrey training base during his rehabilitation phase. It was an ideal learning curve for the young Frenchman, not only because he could get used to his new Chelsea teammates and surroundings at Cobham, but also to see how he would react to a tough moment in his early career. After returning to the field recently, Malo spoke of his rehabilitation period and the difficulties that came along the way. "My rehabilitation was well managed," he said. "There have been regular exchanges between the two clubs for my injury. I was able to recover well. That was the most important thing. I had regular contact with the staff and they came to see me in London. They have always been behind me." Lyon still have 5 domestic matches to play before the season's end, with the hosting of Montpellier next weekend, as well as Monaco and Nice to come. Malo is eyeing a strong end to the campaign. "This is just the beginning. I have to regain rhythm and confidence. I'm concentrating on Lyon's last matches to move up the rankings. I want to leave the club with European qualification."